To the Associate Minister of Education, what recent reports has he seen on school attendance, and why does he think going to school matters to students' futures?
The Honourable David
Speaker.
Seymour.
Mr Speaker, I've seen a recent report from the Education Review Office back to class how our attitudes to attendance changing. The Education Review Office, and in particular Ruth Shinoda, have done a superb job surveying 15,000 students, teachers and parents about how they view the importance to school attendance and what ensures that children are more likely to attend. This survey follows an identical survey in 2022, and most critically it shows that in nearly every single measure for nearly every type of person, attitudes to attendance are improving. That is important to New Zealand, Mr Speaker, because when people want to attend and believe it's important, they're more likely to do it. And I believe the most important number in New Zealand today is the number of children who go to school, because the amount of education that we pass from one generation to another more powerfully defines our future than anything else we can do on this day. Thank you.
Supplementary. Does the report show that poverty is a barrier to school attendance?
Mr Speaker, indeed the report does show that in some cases poverty and the lack of things such as school uniforms, transport or stationery are a barrier to attendance. That's one reason why the government has put aside 3% of attendance service funding as money to be put to precisely those sorts of barriers for particular students. However, encouragingly, the survey also found...
Point of order, the Honourable Dr.
Answer to parliamentary questions are supposed to be short and to the point, and this answer has multiple layers. The question was answered, in fact, in the first sentence.
This answer was only something like 24 seconds into its delivery. It may be.
4 minutes.
Well, no question today has gone. The longest question today was 1 minute and 16 seconds. It was the Minister of Health, but that was as a response to a whole lot of interjections that he was responding to across the House. So thank you very much for your timekeeping efforts. I deeply appreciate it, but they're not all that accurate.
Mr Speaker, thank you, Mr Speaker. Critically, 82% of students from poorer families said that going to school is important for their future. That compares with 84% for students from wealthier families. In other words, they're almost exactly the same. 3 years ago, there was a 10-point gap. Now they are almost exactly the same. And that gives me real hope, Mr Speaker, for the future of New Zealand. And while education may not have done well for Duncan Webb, this government thinks it's important.
Supplementary.
Laura McClure.
What role do parents play, and how have their views changed?
Mr Speaker, it's true that parents are a critical link in the attendance story, and what is so important in this survey is that the number of students who say that they are comfortable keeping their kids off school for a week or more remains far too high at 3 out of 10 parents. It has fallen in the last 3 years. 3 years ago, it was 4 out of 10 parents thought it was okay for their children to miss a week of school. The government's message is that that's taking away from their future, and it's not okay.
Supplement.
Thank you very much. Laura McClure.
Thank you. What can teachers and principals do, and how is this changing?
Mr Speaker, one of the key findings is that the expectations set by principals and teachers are critical, and yet there has been an enormous improvement in that too. 93% of teachers and school leaders report that they set clear expectations with students, and 60% of students say that they have increased their efforts to set clear expectations for school attendance in their school community. I want to thank ERO and all of those school leaders, parents and students for joining us on a journey to where going to school regularly becomes the norm, because it's vital to the future of our country.